We're getting pretty close to the end of the list of duelists that we need to talk about, and today's subject is Storm. I love Storm as a character. I think her power set is very cool and interesting. In addition to that, she is one of the most powerful mutant characters from the comics. And I think they did a pretty good job of representing her power set in the game. That being said, there are a couple of things that are not referenced, and I have a pretty good idea of what could potentially be added to this character if she were to be given an additional ability. The condensed yet potent list of abilities that she has includes Atomokinesis, which is the voluntary and intentional control of weather, as well as flight, ecological empathy, and temperature and pressure resistance. So there's a lot of really good things that are already included in her kit between the Windblade, the Hurricane's force winds that she has and can toggle between, as well as the lightning that bolsters her own attacks as well as those of her allies who are within a certain radius of her. But that's not all the types of weather that there are, and I think that one of the unrepresented items could make for a really cool ability in her kit. So as you can see in her list of abilities, while it is short, it is very well fleshed out in what it is able to do. But there's an open keybind on her F key, and I have a suggestion as to what that could be. Now, this suggestion that I'm about to give could also potentially be added to her kit with a team up with Luna Snow, but I think it would be more impactful if it was a permanent addition to her kit. I would like to see an ability on her F keybind where she calls down hailstones or icicles. Ideally, they deal some damage upon initial impact, probably in a line where she gets 3 to 5 of them that crash down one after the other in a sequence. So A, you get the initial damage that happens when that ability is used. And secondarily, I'd like to see it create an icy surface that lingers for a short period of time, which imposes a movement penalty on her opponents. Now, I realize that she has a movement penalty on her active E state with her weather control goddess boost. However, you would probably want to build this in a way where it does not stack on top of abilities used by Storm, but can still be impacted by other characters that have slowing type effects, such as Invisible Woman and Venom. I think that's kind of the best way to balance something like that out while giving her an additional layer of utility in her kit, as that allows her to set up these areas where movement speed is impeded further away from her, as opposed to just within that proximity bubble where she does end up being a lot more vulnerable to the opponent she faces off against. But what do you think? Is there a different ability that you would like to see added to Storm, or a different change that you'd like made to her current build? I'm interested to see what you have to say in the comments, and as always, if you feel like the video deserved it and you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like, follow, and a share, and we'll be back to talk about another duelist tomorrow.